Welcome to the Nerd on Nerd Christmas special with me, Jack Kempster.
And me, Liam Underwood.
How are you, Liam?
Ho, ho, ho. I am fantastic. How are you?
I'm fine.
Are you looking forward to the Christmas season?
I love Christmas. I can't help but notice that you're being quite Christmassy.
I'm trying to get into the spirit of things because I'm normally a bit grinchy around this time of year.
But this year you're really trying.
I figured why not?
Yeah, it's a good attitude to have.
And that could lead us quite nicely into my favourite segment, catching up with Jack and Liam. So Jack, how have you been getting into the festive spirit this year?
Well, I don't know if you're aware of this, Liam, but I attended a Christmas party.
Oh, was it a work Christmas party?
No, it wasn't. It was with some old uni friends, in fact.
Oh, that sounds delightful.
It was your Christmas party, Liam.
That's right, I invited you and you came.
Yes, as opposed to you inviting me and me coming up with an awkward excuse and just not showing up.
Yeah, exactly, which, you know, that never happens.
No one does that.
No. Do you have a work Christmas party?
Yeah, there is one, but I've always wanted to go, but I feel like it'll be too fancy and I won't look right.
Sorry, what do you mean you won't look right?
You've seen me. You know what I look like.
Well, you've got the beard.
Especially now, the beard is very homeless.
I feel like, though, bearded men dressed up nicely in, like, suits is a pretty hot look.
Yeah, but I don't. Your picture. I know what you're picturing. I can see the like person that you're thinking of, and if you actually put me like that, it doesn't work.
The reason why it doesn't work is because I picture you in a suit that doesn't fit.
I think the only suit I own doesn't fit.
Is it too baggy or too tight?
I believe it's too baggy.
That's how I was picturing it.
At this point, it might be too tight.
Oh, as the old mince pies started adding up.
Exactly. I feel like it might be a horrible mix of both. Like, it might be a little bit too short in some places, but like way too wide on like the shoulders.
Oh, I so want to see you wearing this suit now.
I wore it once at uni. I'm sure you might have seen it.
I probably didn't.
You didn't, no.
No, that's a shame. I missed out.
You did. But yeah, Christmas party at yours.
Yeah, how was that?
It was pretty good. How did you find hosting it?
I'm going to be honest, I've never hosted for 6 people before.
It was quite obvious.
Was it?
No, I just wanted to make you feel awkward.
Yeah, I feel like I did a decent job, considering, if we think about it, maybe just over a year ago, the most I could do in the kitchen was microwave.
Yes, no, it was very impressive. You managed to make 2 courses?
Yeah.
You maybe overdid it a tad on the first course?
Do you think the cheese was a bit too much?
I think there was too much cheese. I think you could have had... So basically we had I don't know, what was the type of cheese? It was a...
Oh.
Camembert.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a camembert, and it was a whole, just a solid lump of cheese, which, interestingly, you hadn't bought any dips for.
I fixed that.
You did, but only after, I believe, your girlfriend forced you to fix it.
Whatever, I fixed it, and we had a bit of salad on the side, don't forget, for those of us that ate the salad.
Yeah, well, it's just leaves, mate.
Yeah, no, of course. I think the issue wasn't so much the starter was too big, it was there could have been more time between the starter and the main.
Yeah.
And I'm going to blame Phil for showing up late and screwing up my timing.
All you did was shift it back like an hour.
I must have done it wrong. But, you know, live and learn. And the other thing that went wrong, for our listeners, is the carrots.
Those carrots would default. There was something really wrong with them.
Yeah, they shouldn't have gone in the top of the steamer. They should have gone in the bottom, and the cabbage should have gone at the top. Because I figured what I was doing, I put things in steamer dependent on how long it took. So the things that took the least amount of time at the top, and those that took the most amount of time at the bottom, what I should have done is by weight. Yeah. So the bigger things at the bottom, and then the leafy cabbage at the top.
Because those carrots, they didn't cook right. That was the issue.
They did not cook right, and I would like to point out, it was not my suggestion to put them in the microwave, which really just made a bad situation worse.
Yeah, it did. They went in the microwave and then came out and sort of... Some of them seemed to be a little bit, like, soggy, and the rest were, like, solid.
I heard them described as looking like E.T. when he was dying.
Yes, that is 100% what they look like.
Yeah, but that was the only thing that didn't go great. We had broccoli, Brussels, cabbage, stuffing. I like that the first things you listed there were the things that I don't like. So you're like, the good things were this. Yeah, we had roast potatoes, Yorkshires, and turkey, which I'm actually surprised the turkey came out as well as it did.
The turkey was really good, yeah.
And I think no one got food poisoning, so I'm considering that a resounding success.
Yeah, no, fair point. I didn't hear anyone complain afterwards of dodgy stomachs or anything.
No, exactly. And we had a delightful Christmas playlist to listen to.
Thanks, Liam.
I will admit, I didn't know most of the songs.
But that's the point. Everyone knows all... Like, I had all the classics on there.
I just didn't get to hear them.
It's because, to be fair, you disappeared out to the kitchen, as you had to.
Yeah, that was the worst bit about hosting.
Yeah, is you miss a lot of the... Because, there was me, Nick and Phil were all chatting in the living room.
Yeah, thanks for coming out and keeping me company in the kitchen,
Oh,
chatting
so I was
like we discussed
Nick and
previous.
Phil.
Did we not discuss the night before that all the boys should be in the kitchen and we were going to do this really hilarious gender role reversal thing?
Yeah, but then I was, hungover and stuff.
I don't know how you got hungover.
I don't think it was a hangover. I think I was... I'm starting to think I might have, an aversion to alcohol.
That's not good.
No, I know. It's never expressed itself particularly before, but I'm starting to think I might have one.
It is one of those things that I think as you get old, you do develop.
Yeah, but the amount we drank was not very much.
It really, we shared, one bottle of Jack Daniels between us?
Yeah, and we drank it, fairly slowly.
Yeah, exactly, because we were, on blab until 6 a.m.
Jesus, yeah.
Which was fun.
That was actually quite fun, yeah.
And if we do any future blabs, our listeners can check our Twitter for that information.
Nice self-plug, Liam.
Someone's got to do it.
So what else have you been up to, Liam?
Right, I had possibly the most middle-class experience today.
Okay.
Now, I don't want to alienate any of our listeners.
Are you worried that you're going to be too posh for them? They're all going to turn away from upper-class Liam.
I don't want to seem like I'm unrelatable to our listeners.
Right.
But I do get a cleaner come in once every 2 weeks. And let me explain why. It's very obvious. One, not as expensive as you think it is. And two, they can do twice as good a job as me in half the time it would take me.
Yeah. You say, but then you say not as expensive as you think.
Yeah.
But do you know what's cheaper than that? Me doing it myself.
Yeah, but would you?
No.
Exactly. So here's my options. I do it myself, in which case it builds up to such a state that it's going to take me all day to do it because I'm not very good at tidying up after myself. I'd say I'm a little bit of a slob. Not massively, but a little bit.
Yep, I am as well.
Yeah. So I either have to spend 1 day a month pretty much just cleaning everything, or twice a month, get a little cleaner in, 2 hours, and they just make everything manageable for me. They don't they don't clean everything, but they get me to a stage where I can look after myself.
What's the limit on what a cleaner will clean? What don't they clean?
I honestly don't know, to be honest. I think at least my cleaner seems pretty much up for anything. But is there a limit? I'm sure there is. I think if I smeared shit up the walls, she might say no to that.
Yeah, and to be fair, you'd understand, I think.
I would, but luckily I'm not that strange.
You're not a monster, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you are a monster, but just not.
Not in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so, it's not like I'm demanding that she cleans up all my mess. And I generally have a little, pre-tidy up before she gets here. So I have a little game I like to play in my front room where blow my nose on a tissue, crunch it up, try and launch it in the bin down the other side of the room.
I've seen you play that game.
If I miss, I don't just make the cleaner go around tidying up my snotty tissues. Before she gets here, I'll put them in the bin for her, which she then empties.
You're so generous.
Yeah, it's the little things, I think, that she appreciates. But anyway, I don't want to be unrelatable to our listeners. It's just this is one of the things that I have to do to survive.
Right.
Simple as that. And today, she came in for a clean, and I had a little moment where I was like, wait a second, Christmas is coming. Do I give her a Christmas tip? Right,
now the answer, before you carry on with the story, the answer I would give to that is of course you do. I would give her that tip. I'd be like, yep, 100%, it's Christmas, here's your tip. What did you do, Liam?
I did give her the tip. I phoned my mum to make sure that's what I should do.
Nice, of course.
She said, yeah. But how much of a tip should you give? Because there's so many things going through my mind, because I'm always awkward at the pay-in bit anyway, because it's an awkward number I have to pay her, and we've had, what should we say, we've had a maybe passive-aggressive exchange in the past, where I normally ask for change from her, because I pay her in notes. Again, I'm not unrelatable, I'm like one of you, dear listeners.
You actually have actual cash.
Yeah, I have to pay her in actual cash, and obviously I really very rarely use actual cash, so normally...
Oh, I was trying to help you there by making you seem relatable by having actual cash on you, but...
No.
Cool.
normally, when she's here, I'm like, oh damn, I need cash. Because most things I just pay on card these days. Like, in my day-to-day life, I maybe go to Tesco's and that's where I'll spend money, and I'll just use my card.
Yeah.
Other supermarkets are available.
Nice. Yeah, I only get cash out if I'm going drinking.
Like, out drinking? Yeah. And I very rarely do that, to be honest.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, normally when she gets it, I have to go out and get the cash out. So I'll get some notes, and then I'll need change. Obviously, this has happened several times, and I've built up a little collection of change. But still, when she's like, do you need change? I say yes. So, the last time she came, all of my coins were stacked very neatly in little piles on my coffee table. I think she was trying to make a point.
See, but I think you're reading into that too much. I don't think it was a passive aggressive thing. I think she was just genuinely like, oh, Liam doesn't realise he has all this change. I'm just gonna politely do it. I'm not gonna make a big deal out of it. I'll just put him in a little pile. That way he can actually see how much change he has. Because I know how easy it is to have a pile of coins, Liam, and you're like, I've not got anything. And then you look through it and you're like, Jesus.
I found some euros in my pile, and I don't know where they came from.
Well, have you been to Europe?
I went to Italy.
There we go then.
But that was a while ago.
Solved.
That mystery. Tick.
Jesus.
We'll put you in the mystery machine. Wait, we'll put you in the mystery machine and solve some mysteries. Get you some Scooby snacks.
But so was that so you ended up how much did you tip her?
I don't want to say. All I'll say.
Okay, well yeah, that's fair.
Is
you raised the damn question.
All I'll say is this time when she asked for change, I went, keep it and get yourself a little drink for Christmas.
Okay, let me just do the maths in my head because I know what that is. See, now what I would have said,
yeah,
right, is that what you should have done is given her twice as much as you usually do.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so her usual rate.
Yeah.
You give her an extra one of those rates.
Yeah.
And you say, that's for looking after me. I can't live by myself. Please love me.
I feel like the relationship I have with my cleaner is very different to how you're imagining it.
I picture that she comes in, like, sort of gives you a quick wipe, changes the diaper.
Burps me.
I ate too much.
Then it's feeding time.
Yeah.
Can you burp yourself? Because I've discovered that I can.
Sorry, what? Right, when someone burps a baby, that's them getting it to throw up, Liam.
No, like...
Isn't it? Or unless I'm
no,
wrong.
I think that's just... They've got trapped wind and they do a little burp. So, if you know sometimes when you can feel the trapped wind, like in your tummy or in your chest...
Please don't call it your tummy.
What would you prefer I call it?
Stomach.
Right, okay. If you have trapped wind in your stomach or your lung capacity...
Yeah.
Do you kind of... Have you got a method for getting that out?
Yeah, I just sort of burp.
See, I found if I kind of sit in a chair, but then like bounce my top half, I can kind of burp myself.
I love this show, Liam, because it lets the world see what I've had to deal with for 3 years, 5 years, 6 years.
It's been a wild ride.
It has. I learn such horrifying, depressing facts about you.
And I love this show because it lets me get a scary insight into what happens inside your mind.
That's true, we are both just broken.
Oh, and I think this show is a very nice way for us to come together and accept, maybe even embrace each other's brokenness.
Do we?
Good question.
We haven't got to that bit yet.
Maybe that's for our listeners to do.
Yeah, they have to accept how broken we are.
Or they stop listening.
That one. They might do that one.
Please don't stop listening.
We love you.
I love you the most.
Merry Christmas, John. Happy Christmas, Yoko.
What?
I was doing, that's the equivalent of this week's beep.
Right. Cut that. So, Star Wars, it's very nearly upon us. Are you excited?
I'm massively excited, and I'm still stupidly not the owner of tickets to the goddamn thing.
So, my birthday's coming up.
Yep.
It should be, if all goes to plan, it should be the day this podcast comes out. So if you're listening on the day of release, first, thanks for your loyalty. You're one of our most valued listeners. Although listeners that do listen at a later date, we do like you too. But come on, get your act together.
Yeah, that's fair.
Second, if you want to wish me a happy birthday, my Twitter is @LiamUnderwood. You don't have to. Would be nice. And what I've decided to do for my birthday this year is go and see Star Wars.
Yeah, that's a really good. self-present.
Yeah, I'm also, some friends are coming, so it's not like just me going by myself, which I would have done if they didn't want to come, to be honest.
Yeah.
Obviously, so my birthday's a Monday. People are working on the Monday, unfortunately. So I've decided to do it the day before, on the Sunday. The slight issue, when I booked the tickets, I maybe got overexcited. I booked them as soon as they were available, and I did book them for the release day without realising until about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. That's a pretty big mistake.
Yeah, one of my friends asked me what time it was, so I looked up my ticket confirmation, thought, hang on, that's not the right date. That also explains why the tickets were cheaper than I was expecting, since the cinema tends to be more expensive on the weekend.
Yep.
Yeah. Luckily, there were still some seats available for the Sunday, so I don't see why you're struggling to find tickets, and you're in London.
Now, see, the issue you've got there is you're picturing me sort of, feverishly searching for tickets.
That's what I'd be doing.
I am so lazy that even seeing something I really want to see, I can't put in the effort to find. I've not even opened up the website to check.
But
I don't,
Star
Liam,
Wars.
I don't understand it either. It's my favourite film of all time.
Is it?
Yeah, Star Wars Episode 5.
Empire.
Yeah.
It's a good choice. Why is that your favourite?
Just is. It's got cool stuff in it, Liam. I don't know, it always seems like it's the best out of the original trilogy.
I mean, I would agree.
I mean, New Hope is like the start of the series, and it was originally going to be that one movie, so it's got that kind of feel to it.
It has a very definitive beginning, middle and end, and
Yeah.
everything's resolved by the end pretty much.
Exactly. And then Jedi has Ewoks in it.
Ewoks
so
are cool.
5's the best one. Ewoks are not cool.
How are Ewoks not cool?
Liam, they defeat the Empire.
Warwick Davis is an Ewok.
Young Warwick Davis is an Ewok.
I'm sure he could still fit in the costume.
That was not what I was saying. It wasn't a height issue.
So why was it an age issue?
No, I'm saying that you can't. It's not the same. It's like, I don't know. He was like really young. He was like a child, right?
I think he was in his teens.
Oh, was he?
I might be wrong. I'm sure he was though.
Maybe we cut out this whole bit about us not knowing his age.
No, it's fine. I'm pretty sure he was in his teens.
All right, he was in his teens. But like, you can't use that to validate an entire. You can't like something just because someone you like has played it.
You sort of can.
I love Nick Cage, but I didn't really like Wicker Man.
I haven't seen that, but I have heard nothing good about it.
Yeah, no, it's not good.
There are definitely some movies that I'm more favourable towards because they star someone I like.
Yeah, that's, I guess. But no, but I'm saying that the Ewoks don't get fixed just because Warwick Davis played one. And he doesn't have any lines. It's not like you get to see Warwick Davis particularly do anything.
No, but I know he's there.
Right, well that's a terrible reason to like a film.
I get what they were trying to do with the Ewoks, but it's like it was
They
showing
were trying
that
to sell toys.
That, and also they were trying to kind of show that the Empire could overlook something like the Ewoks, and then together they could join and help the rebellion.
That's a fair point, except for one issue. They already had that with the rebellion, which the Empire had been overlooking, and then they blew up a Death Star, and the Empire were like, right, we actually need to deal with this.
Yeah, but then they overlooked the Ewoks.
Yeah, they didn't need to make that point twice.
It didn't hurt. I really like the land speeder scenes on Endor.
Yes, they're good. I'm not saying those scenes are bad. I'm saying the Ewoks, specifically the Ewoks.
I just don't understand your
I
hatred
love that
for
movie.
Ewoks.
I love that whole movie. I just really don't like Ewoks.
To me, that is bizarre.
I don't understand how you can like them.
It's not like they're Jar Jar Binks.
They're on a similar level.
Oh,
They are.
Watch yourself.
They're the Jar Jar Binks of the original trilogy.
I think you're too jaded to be saying that, because if you think about it, Ewoks were for us at the age we watched those movies. And I get, if you watched the first Star Wars, maybe as you were a late teenager, and then by the time Jedi comes out, you might be a bit like, oh my god, my beloved franchise is being taken over by children loving these little forest-dwelling bears. What's happening? I'm such a nerd and they're encroaching on my nerd domain.
I thought you were trying to insult me.
No, I'm not trying to insult you. I'm trying to insult the people who would initially hate the Ewoks. I don't understand how you fit into that category.
Right, okay. So, yeah, because here's my point then, is that I liked the Ewoks when I was a kid, and I liked Jar Jar when I was a kid, because Episode 1 came out when I was a kid, and I've grown to hate them because, I don't know, as I got older and rewatched Star Wars, it became, like, all the flaws with Jar Jar and the Ewoks become more apparent.
Well,
like, as a kid, you're like, Jar Jar is hilarious.
No.
He puts his time... Yeah, but you're, like, 6 years older than me.
Still, it came out in 99. I was 12.
Yeah, and I was 8. That's a big difference. In those years, the difference between 8 and 12 is huge.
It's 4 years.
Yeah, but like I'm talking about when you're that age.
But you just said I was 6 years older than you.
You're only 4.
Yeah.
Wow. It's just you feel so much older, Liam.
That's called maturity.
No, it's not that.
Right, you don't like the Ewoks. We'll just have to deal with that.
Yeah, they're going to do it. I bet they do it again in the third of this trilogy. That'll be something I hate.
I hope so. And something that I love. So, with this, with the new Star Wars...
Yeah.
We've also been getting a lot of new trailers, which I believe they're going to be showing before the Star Wars, but they've kind of leaked them onto the internet.
Yeah, I wonder why they've done that if everyone's going to see them in Star Wars anyway.
Maybe it's to kind of build up the hype for Star Wars. It's like, oh, I like this trailer. Can't wait to see it on the big screen. Like, I think it was Star Wars Episode 1. They put that trailer in front of a movie, obviously back when it was coming out, and people were buying tickets to go see the movie and then walking out once they'd seen the trailer.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's quite impressive.
Yeah. I mean, I think Star Wars is going to do well. I don't think they need to bother with trailers, to be honest.
No.
But I am excited to see some of the trailers. Now, I believe Batman vs Superman is one of the trailers they're going to be showing, but we've discussed that.
Yeah, we've discussed.
And 2 of the other trailers. First, Star Trek.
Yeah.
Is it The Beyond it's called?
It's called, Star Trek Beyond.
Star Trek Beyond, right. Now, I haven't seen Into Darkness.
Ah, right, yeah, I'd forgotten that.
Yeah, I've got it, I'm not fussed about seeing it.
You need to watch it, it's good. I like this new Star Trek universe.
I didn't mind the first one. I thought it was kind of cool the way they established their own timeline.
Yeah.
Didn't mind that. I don't know. So, my concern with Beyond is it's being written by Simon Pegg.
Oh, is it written by him?
Or co-written. Someone started writing it, and then...
Now that you're saying it, I remember that he is some part of the writing process.
Yeah, and I liked Simon Pegg. Always going to be a fan of Spaced. Always going to be a fan of Shaun of the Dead. Hot Fuzz, not bad. I haven't liked him lately.
Yeah, but is that because of the roles he's had?
I don't know if it's the roles he's had, if it's just him. I honestly, I feel like something's changed with him. Now that he's schmoozing with Tom Cruise and old JJ, I get the impression, and I might be wrong, I get the impression he feels like he's above where he started from now.
I don't know. I don't know if I'd agree with that.
That's just how he comes across to me in interviews and stuff.
Maybe. I guess I haven't seen many interviews with him, like, recently.
Yeah, and I don't know if you saw the newest Mission Impossible film.
I haven't, no.
Right. In those films, Simon Pegg is the comic relief, and he works best used sparingly. But for some reason, they've decided, actually, let's kind of make him a co-star to Tom Cruise, put him in it a lot more, and it is not good.
Yeah, but I don't know. We don't know that that's him.
No, it might not necessarily be him. The thing is, Simon Pegg is not an action star. And when I watched that Star Trek The Beyond, or Star Trek Beyond, whatever the fucking trailer's called, there's Simon Pegg jumping around, falling off cliffs and shit. And
yeah, but he's
not an
bit
action
that you're
star.
Talking about is not an action bit. Even from the trailer, it's clear that that's going to be played for laughs.
I don't like it.
The way he falls off is deliberately comical.
Didn't like it.
See, I think you're just getting I think you're being jaded about this, and you're letting your opinions of Simon Pegg, which could or could not be incorrect, we don't know. You're letting that jade your view of it, and just because you've seen the last Mission Impossible, and you're like, oh, he's in it too much. I don't think they're going to overuse him in Star Trek.
I really hope not. The thing is, I would love it if Simon Pegg comes back swinging strong. I want to like him. I just haven't seen anything in maybe the last 5 years from him that I did like.
Well, I think he's going to be fine. I like Simon Pegg.
Because my other concern is obviously if he's now writing it, is he going to beef up his role, or is he going to do that typical thing where that's a bit too obvious? So if anything, he's going to minimise his role. I think he's got a very hard job in pulling that off without looking a little bit up himself.
You say that, but that sort of implies that that sort of implies that Simon Pegg has not been writing stuff for most of his career. But he wrote Spaced, and he helped write Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead. Or did he write them? I don't know, I might have made that up.
I believe he co-wrote them with Edgar Wright.
That's what I thought. But, so he's been doing it. He knows how to write. I don't think he's going to suddenly change his writing style to make his character more important.
But, okay, do you think he knows how to write a Star Trek film? Because there's a big difference.
I have absolutely no idea, and I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Well, I'm going to reserve judgment. For me, probably not a cinema trip, because I probably won't have watched Into Darkness by then. And you know me, I like to do my things in order.
Yeah, to a fault.
To a fault. So I can't watch Into Darkness until I finish watching Star Trek the original series, so I can watch those movies. I also need to watch The Next Generation to tie into those. Have I?
Because you've seen the first Star Trek film.
By accident.
What do you mean, by accident?
Odeon were doing a mystery screening where you paid like a very cheap amount for a ticket, but they didn't tell you what the film was until you were in there, and it turned out to be Star Trek.
So you accidentally watched the Star Trek movie?
Yeah.
Jeez, I hate your need to watch everything in order.
It's disturbing.
Yeah, it's a problem.
Oh, it's not the best.
No.
But hey, we embrace our thoughts on this podcast.
Yeah, oh yeah, I forgot we were doing that. It's also Christmas, so...
Exactly, so ho ho ho. Merry Christmas, everyone.
I love your need to watch every film in order, Liam. It's so good.
And I love your beard.
Thanks, buddy.
And your suit.
My ill-fitting suit.
Yes, I think on anyone else it would look ridiculous, but on you kind of pull it off.
Nice failed insult.
What?
Most people would look stupid with what you've got.
But you make it work.
Alright, so the other trailer the other one we're going to talk about that got released is the Independence Day Resurgence trailer.
Did you like the first Independence Day?
Yeah. Again, though, when did that come out? That's got to be like 2000 and something.
Late 90s.
Was it late 90s?
If not mid-90s.
I think I probably watched it in the 2000s.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because I probably was too young.
You were probably still in your diapers when it came out.
Yeah, when I'm like 8, I feel like I wasn't, into the aliens destroying the world thing.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you thought you weren't in your diapers still.
I was still in my diapers at 10, Liam.
It was 96 it came out.
So yeah, I would have been 5, so I probably wasn't watching Independence Day.
No.
But when I did eventually watch it, I really liked it.
It's good. Will Smith is great in it.
Will Smith's great in it. Jeff Goldblum's great in it.
Yep.
The other guy who flies into the ship at the end.
The old guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know his name.
Oh god, he's really famous.
Well, you should know his name then.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, they're all really good in it.
Yeah, and Bill Pullman is probably one of the best on-screen presidents I've ever seen.
Yes, he does really well in that film as well.
Right. With the second movie, what I'm more looking forward to, and I think I'm possibly going to be on my own with this, because I think most people just want to see aliens come and all of the CGI battles and whatnot. But I'm really looking forward to seeing a world 20 years on that survived through that, because obviously the big point of Independence Day was it's no longer going to be an American holiday. This is when the world comes together to face this bigger threat.
Seems like the point of this second movie is also going to be.
Exactly, but I want to see what an event like that has done to the world. Has it reduced war? Is there more cooperation between countries? For me, that's what I'm most curious to see.
Yeah, to be fair, that's one of the things I really like about the trailer is the bit where you see when they're saying we've used the aliens' technology and you see them flying planes, but the planes are doing the alien craft sort of hovering thing.
Yeah.
I think that was cool. And then you see lasers and shit, which I was like, that's pretty badass. Lasers are always good.
To me, it did feel a little bit Star Warsy, the flying stuff.
Yes, they're probably trying to cash in on that a little bit.
Yeah. So Liam Hemsworth is, I think, I guess, taken on the Will Smith role. I mean, obviously, not the same character, but that...
Yeah, that would be really awkward if they tried to do that.
Yeah. He's the soldier guy.
Yeah.
As opposed to Jeff Goldblum's smart guy.
Yeah.
Now, I've only really seen Liam Hemsworth in The Hunger Games.
Does he play the love interest?
One of them, yeah.
Okay.
I prefer Chris.
Which one's Chris? I'm so confused.
Chris Hemsworth, Thor.
Oh, right, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, so...
I don't know, out of nowhere you suddenly said, I like Chris. And I was like, who the fuck is Chris?
Chris Hemsworth. So, I immediately feel like we're getting a little shortchanged and that we're getting not the best Hemsworth brother.
Yeah, I guess.
But that's okay. Maika Monroe's in it. Now, she, over the last year, has done some fantastic work. I don't know if you've seen The Guest.
Nope, I haven't.
Don't know if you've seen It Follows.
I haven't.
She's in both of those, and she is a highlight.
Yeah.
She is definitely one to watch.
Okay.
Joey King's also in it.
Who's that?
Adorable girl. I only know her from the Taylor Swift Mean music video.
It's really weird that that's the thing you know an actor from. Actress, actor.
Why is that weird?
Because, I don't know, it's like you're paying far too much attention to Taylor Swift's music videos.
And you don't?
No, I do. I just don't know all the actors in it and actresses.
It's because when I watched that music video, I saw her and I was like, I think I recognise you. So I looked her up, and I think she was in a movie that I had seen, but she just had a very minor role.
Right.
But she has quite a distinctive face. What's weird is that in the main video, she's brunette, and in the Independence Day trailer, she's blonde, yet I still managed to recognise her.
Yeah, that is disturbing.
And she's also aged by about 5+ years.
Yeah, that's super creepy.
It's not creepy.
It is. It's very, like, stalkerish, I'd say.
It's just she has a distinctive face.
Oh, okay. I'll let the listeners judge that one.
Well, I feel like you're trying to turn them against me in a way that is more my trademark.
I am not doing anything of the sort, sir. It's the Christmas episode. I would never sink to such levels.
Exactly. We should all be sat around a fireplace enjoying cocoa and milk and mince pies.
Is that what you do at Christmas?
Probably.
Okay.
Don't you?
I don't drink milk.
No, Santa does.
Yeah, I'm not Santa.
Oh, I'm sorry. So I guess Santa celebrates Christmas wrong now because Jack Kempster doesn't drink milk. So what's
No, he's got his
Santa
own
thinking
plans.
of? What?
He's a busy man, Liam. He's got to fly around the fucking world.
He manages.
Yeah, I'm just saying, he doesn't celebrate Christmas the same way we do.
I imagine it's a lot more stressful for him.
Yeah, 100%.
Nah, never mind. I mean, he wanted the job. So, back to Independence Day. Also has William Fincher in the trailer.
Which one's he?
Fichter, William Fichter. I don't know how you say his name, and I don't want to be called a myopic imperialistic douchebag.
Yeah.
William Fichter, I think.
Which one's he?
He's the dude that looks a bit like a lizard.
Okay.
Look him up.
William Fitcher.
Yeah, Fichtner, Fitchner.
Okay. Images. Oh, I know who he is. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in loads of stuff. He was even in The Dark Knight.
Yes.
In the opening scene in the bank, he's the one that tries to stop the Joker, and I think he gets like a grenade or something put in his mouth or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, he's in loads of it. I first noticed him in the second season of Prison Break.
Oh, okay.
He's great in that, and then it's always a delight when you just see him pop up in movies. He's also in Armageddon, so he is not new to space.
Is that how it works?
Yep.
Oh, fair enough.
Did you not know that?
No. Once you're in a space movie, you're then experienced in space.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
If the aliens come, I'm straight on the blower to Ben Affleck.
Oh, good.
If he doesn't answer, Will Smith.
Yeah.
If not, definitely Tom Hanks.
What alien films is Tom Hanks in?
Well, not an alien film, but Apollo 13.
You said if aliens come.
He'll know what to do. It's Tom Hanks.
Isn't Apollo 13 about the one that, like, they have to, like, slingshot around the moon?
Well, it's the one where they have a problem, yeah.
So it's not even, like, he would be helpful if you were in a spaceship that was going off course.
Yeah.
So not at all helpful if aliens invaded.
Look, it's Tom Hanks. He'll know what to do.
It'd be comforting. I'd like to have him there if I was going to, like, get killed by aliens.
Yeah, I'd call him anyway.
All right.
At a real push, Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I'd also ring Zac Efron just to see if he wanted to come over.
Well, yeah, you've got a weird love affair with Zac Efron.
He is a dream.
Yes,
boat.
we know your opinion on Zac Efron, Liam.
Can we talk about one other trailer which isn't in front of Star Wars? The Nice Guys.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Cool. Done. Moving on.
But I was wondering what you were going to say, so I sort of left it open.
I just wanted your thoughts on it.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely going to go see it at the cinema.
Yeah, Ryan Gosling, another dreamboat. I often struggle to think which one I'd rather sleep with between him and Zac Efron. It's a close fight.
That's weird, because I always struggle between Russell Crowe and Tom Hanks.
Oh, it's got to be Tom Hanks every time.
I don't know, Russell Crowe.
I think Russell Crowe's the sort of guy that would donkey punch you.
No, you've seen Gladiator, right?
Yeah.
That man would, if I was in love with Russell Crowe, and then I was murdered, I would feel safe knowing he would seek vengeance.
But that doesn't necessarily make him a tender lover.
I'm sure he was a tender lover, Liam.
I'm not convinced. Sorry, I can't get over you. Sorry, Russell Crowe over Tom Hanks.
No, I'm just wondering. I've got no fucking idea.
If you had to sleep with a guy, right, and it's you sleeping with them, if you get my drift.
Yeah.
Who would you choose?
Wait, so when you said... Wait, I don't get your drift. Which am I on... Wait, I can't remember what order it is. Am I on top or on bottom?
You're the one that would be on top.
But that also... Now I'm picturing... Now there's two ways I could be facing if I'm on top, Liam. Which
Right.
way am I facing?
Forward.
What do you mean forward? Up or down?
Wait, what?
If, of course I'm facing forward. I'd always be facing forward, because no matter where I turn, Liam, I am facing forward.
You're the one... Right, how do we put this delicately?
Why are we being delicate? We're an explicit podcast.
Okay, you're the one that's giving them the old ho-ho-ho.
Is my penis in their bottom?
You're filling their stocking with your coal.
Okay, good. Right, then it would probably be, I don't know, Hugh Jackman seems he's pretty popular, right?
I mean, I don't think you should do it based on their popularity. You should do it based on how attracted you
I
are
want to
to
get
them.
something out of the relationship.
Well, what would you get out of Hugh Jackman?
Fame!
Oh, okay.
And the tender embrace of an Australian.
I do think he would be quite tender.
Yeah, 100%.
And also, if you get into like a bar fight, I think he'd stick up for you.
Yeah, I think he would.
He's fucking
Whereas
Wolverine.
you assumedly it would be Zac Efron.
The thing with Zac Efron is I think every part of him's probably shaved.
You've put too much thought into this.
Every night.
It's terrifying.
Right.
Move on.